God got for you. Sometimes God has to lay you on your back so you can see what God is doing in your life. I had a friend of mine, all he could find was what was wrong in the house. And then one day God laid him out. And when he realized that the people in his house truly loved him, that wife he thought wasn't no good, brought him milk and cookies to the bed, brought him soup to the bed, and children were there to pray with him. But it's the same man who said that he was going to leave. But I'll tell you, sometimes God will give you a chance to see who you are and where you are. God will work it out. God got some people out here, they're going to raise up one day, and you're going to want to know what happened, because God has planted something in you. You know, farmer, when you plant some seeds, if you get the soil right and get the fertilizer right, let the weather change its course. Or with a little rain, you will see something coming up. Sometimes God has to put a little rain in your life. Oh yes, it will. And you'll be thinking, Lord, how can I take this? Some of us get to praying. We don't even want other people to know we're praying. We should get up in the middle of the night and go and pray. Look like all your friends are doing so well. Everybody got their new little outfit on. Don't look like I can fit in the crowd, but God is working on me. I'm going to show you how he works. Let me show you by using an illustration. An old story an old preacher told me one time. He said it was a man, he had a little poultry farm. He was living way out in the country, and he raised little chickens. I think they come by and pick them up in little boxes, and it was his thing of providing eggs for the village, and he provided meat. I guess there's some preachers in the village. You know, we preachers, we love that chicken. We have a little poultry farm. Yes, I do love the chicken. I still thank God for Brother Noah that he eat all them chickens up. But on this thing, he said he had this chicken farm. And in the chicken farm, he was raising the chicken. And one of the old men that was around there, I think the owner of the farm, he had found that an eagle had a nest over there in the hills. And some wind had blown the nest down, and there were several eggs in the nest. And I guess he said, let me see what I'm going to do. And he put those little eggs in that hatchery with the rest of them. Can you just see it in your mind's eye? Little eggs might be a different color than the other eggs. Might be a little bigger than the other eggs. But it was in that hatchery. And when they hatched, the little animal came out. He looked like a chicken. Oh, yes, sir. All of them looked the same way. They don't have the feathers yet. But he was a strange looking bird. Oh, yes, it did. Tell me he kept that eagle in there. And the eagle grew up and grew long and tall, and his beak pulled out, and his claws, his talons was now standing on the floor. But he didn't know, just like some of us, he looked around and he said he was in the chicken yard. He looked like he felt like a chicken. Everything around him was a chicken. He ate chicken food and he quacked like a chicken. And some of us don't realize it. We are in the barnyard acting like chickens, because all the chickens around us eating chicken food and doing what chickens do. And one day a visitor came to the chicken yard, and the visitor said, I want to know, why do you have an eagle in your barnyard? And the old man said, you might call him an eagle, but he's just a chicken to me. He acts like a chicken. He eats chicken feed, and I come when I call the chickens. So he ain't nothing but a chicken to me. So the visitor said, let me try something, Brother Farmer. So he grabbed that old eagle, and he looked him in the eye. He said, you are an eagle. You are a bird of destiny. God has put something in you, and I tell you, you are designed to fly and stretch your wings across the horizon. So God got something in you. So now raise on up and fly. And he lifted that eagle in the sky, and the eagle flew around the barnyard. But the old farmer got his little chicken feed, started throwing chicken feed on the ground. That old eagle saw that chicken feed, came like that. He said, I told you, He ain't nothing but a chicken. He acts like a chicken. He's a chicken feed. Some of you, and you don't realize it right now, you had a chance to stand up and do what God called you to do, but you fell for the chicken feed. Because somebody want to tell you how you need to do it and what route you need to be going in, and fell for the chicken feed. Trying to please your friends. Your friends don't care nothing about you because they ain't nothing but a chicken and they want you to stay in the chicken yard. And anytime God asks you to stand up, you can see them old chickens. They gonna start throwing that chicken feed. Girl, don't you go up there. Girl, then you can't do that. The old farmer said, let me try something else. He grabbed that old eagle and he climbed up on the barn. Got on the top of the barn, up there where the little sundial is. You know, where the little lightning rod is. He's up there and he looked at the eagle in the eye and said, God has put something special in you. You are a child, a bird of destiny. Take wings and fly. And the old eagle took off again. And that old farmer started throwing the chicken feed. And the eagle made a circle and came back to the chicken feed. Lord have mercy. How many times God has showed you that he put some wings in you and God has showed you how to take off, and then somebody, one little criticism, one little putting it down, and you're ready to throw in the towel. You don't want to do what God called you to do because you got that old chicken feed. Y'all know the chicken feed is going to please everybody. You will never please everybody. Please everybody. Going for the chicken feed, losing your way. And the visitor said, Lord, brother farmer, I got one more thing I want to try. He said, can I try? Can I hit this thing? Can I try one more time? He said, yes. And he took the old eagle and he wrapped him up in a blanket, covered his whole face, and then he started that night, started walking up the mountain. And he was in that, eagle didn't know where he was going. All he could feel was the reeling and the rocking. Sometimes God will wrap you in the cradle of his arm, take you to the next level. God will get you there. That old he was taking him off the hill. He was going up on the mountain. They said early that morning, he was breaking the summit of the mountain, and he got up there, and he started unraveling, taking the old blanket around that eagle. And then when he finally, the eagle head popped up, and he looked across, he could see tops of trees and mountains as far as you could see. And way over there, you could see the light in the sky where the sun was about to come up. I want you to see something this eagle had never saw from this vantage point in his life, but he was an eagle. And God had put something in him. He knew this is where I belong to be. Oh, yes, he did. And when the first strike of dawn, and he saw, somebody told me, said an eagle can look in the sky and can look into the sun without blinking an eye. And when that sun raised up and the first rays of the sun struck him in his eye, he didn't have to tell that eagle anything. And the eagle pushed back and took over. I want to tell you something. Oh yes, there was another eagle I want to tell you about. They took him and they nailed him to a tree. Yes, Lord, there was another eagle. He didn't act, he was in the chicken yard, but he wasn't a chicken. They took him down and they nailed him to a tree. And they crucified Jesus because they thought he was a chicken, because he was in the chicken barnyard. But early Sunday morning, that eagle got up.